Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, people. It is your girl JOE back with another episode of Shit Under My Nails. And of course, it is Motivation Monday, and we're going to go ahead and get into this episode of Motivation Monday. All right, so today's episode, we're just going to talk about anything that is motivational, anything that could basically kick off our ghetto ass week as usual. Um, so I felt like I should start off with a good motivational story about a specific celebrity that y'all should know about. We're getting closer to the holidays. A lot of people um, may not feel, thankful or grateful, but these are the times where you, number one, keep the faith. And number two, you also look at it as if this is just the blueprint or the story before the cameo. Okay. So I'm going to tell y'all about a story about this young man. He was born September the 13th, 1969 in New Orleans, Louisiana. Of course, he had a very, very difficult childhood. He suffered abuse from family members and also parents. Um, and he decided he wanted to basically get up out of that situation. Um, he was one out of four children, and you know, he described his father as a man whose answer to everything was to beat it out of you. Um, at one point, this young man attempted suicide with an effort to escape his difficult situation. So at the age of 16, he changed his first name and separated himself from his father. He dropped out of high school and he eventually went back to go get his GED, trying to find a way professionally. He held a series of unfulfilling jobs before discovering his true passion. Um, the person that really inspired him the most was actually Oprah Winfrey. He was inspired by the comments of the program and how writing about the many different difficult experiences he had and things of that nature. What he ended up doing was um, he started a series of letters to himself, which became the base of musicals such as I Know I've Been Changed. While the show tackled so many tough subjects as child abuse, um, it also touched on forgiveness, a theme which has remained central in many of his works and reflect on deep connection to Christianity faith. Um, this young man actually went ahead and just tackled down and saved up $12,000 and did his first debut show where he directed, produced, and starred in Atlanta's theater in 1992. Um, this musical ran last only one weekend and drew measly 30 people to see his show. He was very disappointed, but yet he was determined. Um, he continued to work these odd jobs to basically, recoup more money. And he was broke and was living out of his car. And if you guys have not guessed it as of yet, this is about Mr. Tyler Perry. Um, the basis of this story for me, for Mr. Tyler Perry, where he basically was disappointed, but yet he was determined. So out of all of the many triumphs and the many trials and the many different situations that he go through, I mean, it seems like it was worth it in the end because he ended up being a multimillionaire. He does a lot for the Atlanta community as well as for himself. He has a child that he is upbringing with the best intent to be the absolutely best father that he can be. He's created so many different characters. He's created films, TV shows, movies, and created income for a lot of African American communities. Um, I say all this to really say is it's all right. So, like I was saying, it is Money Motivation Monday. On every Monday, that is the kick to a new week. This is a start to a new week. I mean, this is the beginning to start something different. Whether it's going to go save some money, whether it's trying to sit up here and try to do what needs to be done, whether it's anything, anything to make the situation better. This is the time to actually start it. Ain't no light in my life cause I'm on the shade room. Lost an hour out of my life scrolling in the shade room. Had to throw my Ray-Bans, ain't no rays in the shade room. Yeah. I don't care cause it's lit in the shade room. In the shade room. In the shade room. Is it wrong? Is it right? In the shade room. In the shade room. In the shade room. All right, so if y'all didn't know, that right there was Jade Nova with her own theme song to the Shade Room. And of course, since she brought it up, we're just going to go into the Shade Room and scroll and see what's going on. I know there have been a lot of many different situations. So let's go ahead and congratulate Meg Thee Stallion for getting GQ Magazine Rapper of the Year. So she had a full spread in GQ Magazine, and it's been an entire year, and she's had feuds and a couple of dramatic situations that have happened, but we definitely want to congratulate what congratulation is due. She won that firsthand. Female Rapper of the Year. Something else that's going on is supposedly there has been like a little backlash from a rapper by the name of Poundside Pop on Instagram. He basically wanted to get on Meek Mill's head about him doing something positive. So Meek Mills put it out there that he basically wanted to give a rapper, any rapper, that is doing something to stop the gun violence, some type of major publicity. And it was just a back and forth situation. It's a whole lot. I'm going to give y'all a couple of little inserts. So one person said, how is Meek wrong? Why give a deal to somebody just for them to go back to the fuck shit and go to jail or get killed? So basically, Poundside Pop basically at Meek Mills and said, it's time for you to pick a side. It's you do or not, nigga. And of course, Meek Mill, he did respond. He was just like, I'm not picking no sides, nigga. 18th Street, y'all letting that whack hit you hard. I ain't from no fucking zoo gang, nigga. So I guess this started over gang affiliation with an assumption that Meek Mills is a part of, which he pretty abundantly clear made it that wasn't for me. We also want to send a congratulations out to Suki. She just had a major proposal. Again, we love to celebrate Black love. It's something that we definitely cannot deny. And then I want to say there was one more thing that I kind of sort of wanted to go over that I was scrolling through the Shade Room. There have been a lot of different deaths, so I definitely want to send my condolences out to the Dallas rapper Mo. He reportedly was involved in a high-speed car chase, and in moments leading up to his passing away, he tried to get away from someone that was chasing him down to basically shoot him. And it was on the Dallas Expressway, so it was a lot. And supposedly he was actually signed under Bootsy's production label, or whatever the case may be. Bootsy went down to pay his respects. Bootsy was involved in a situation as well. A rapper by the name of Benny the Butcher, he was reportedly shot in the leg at a Houston Walmart. So I definitely want to send my condolences out to those people. I'm not for sure what is going on or why is that being a situation, or I don't know what the African American community got going on right now, or whatever the case may be. What I will say is definitely, look, arm yourself at this point. There's definitely another situation where there are a lot of people still going through this whole, we don't know if Trump won or if Biden won. So we're still trying to get into that situation. There is major people basically hand counting from anywhere from Fulton County to DeKalb County. So there's still a major debate about that situation. And I guess let's go ahead and go into our other segment because I have a little bit more to talk about.
I just have one thing to say. Hang on here.
All right, so if you didn't hear that, that was your brother, Joe Biden. He has a couple of things in store for us, and I'm not for sure if a lot of people are going to like it or disagree with it, as they are still hand counting the votes in Georgia, because of course Georgia was the swing state. You know, it could have went Democratic or Republican. So they're still in the midst of hand counting votes as we speak. But of course, Joe Biden, he feels like President Trump is going to lose his job. And of course, Trump is still tweeting. So supposedly Biden has a 100-day plan. The first 100 days of him actually taking office starting January 1st. He has a couple of things in store for the American people that I'm not for sure if they're going to like or not. But again, we can only just hope that it is for the good. All right, so what your brother Joe Biden has in store, anybody Trump pulled out, and whoever it was over the summer, Biden also said that he plans to immediately to ask Dr. Anthony Fauci, the government's top expert in disease control and infections, to stay in the post as a director of the National Institution of Allergy and Infectious Disease Control. So a job he has had since 1984. Basically, Trump keeps saying, you know, once he gets rehired back in office for a little of 4 more years, he's going to go ahead and fire Fauci as the National Institution of Allergy and Infection Control Disease job. He said that that's what he wanted to do. He's also going to reverse Trump's corporation tax cut. So Biden has pleaded that on the first day of his presidency, he will raise corporations' income tax to 28% compared to the 21% rate that was done back in 2017. And of course, we stress that the Americans making less than $400,000 would not pay more taxes. So for you people that felt like taxes were in any form of consideration, for you specifically, if you're not making $400,000 either a month, I'm not for sure if that's a month or a year, but whether it's a month or a year and you expect to pay little to no taxes is fucking ridiculous. So to each his own. He's also going to push for the passage of laws that strengthen the Voters' Right Act. Now, I know every couple of years, the people that we put into office, they actually have to vote to say that African Americans or those who are indebted or those who are minorities still have the right to vote. So he's going to fix that up as far as the legislation go that was put into place in 1965. He's also going to as the president, he vowed to stop the practice of separating immigrated families and trying to enter that were and still are trying to enter the United States from Mexico. On day one of his presidency, Biden has said that he plans to pass an executive order establishing a task force focused to reunite children and their parents that were separated at the border. He also decides that he will immediately reassign current restrictions that ban basically Muslim minorities from country travels from the United States back to immigrant back to the country and things of that nature, and them just moving back and forth. He also put that into place. What else did he put into place? So Biden hopes to create about 5 million jobs through a series of large investment geared at benefiting different business areas. He proposed Made in America, that's the name of the plan, where he pours $400 billion into basically boosting the domestic manufacturer, as well as an additional $300 billion into research and development to help with that situation. Far as healthcare, he's building on the Affordable Care Act. If it isn't too late, because supposedly it's supposed to be something that's getting banned, but I mean, again, we don't know who's taking office, so it's a lot of that situation going on. Biden also decided to lay out an extensive plan for change in higher education, as well as pre-K through high school, but he has not expressed many clear deadlines during the first year. He basically want to express the support for the College for All Act, which was proposed back in 2017 by Bernie Sanders, which was eliminated tuition at public colleges and universities for families making up to $125,000. Biden also advocated for private and historical Black colleges and universities and minorities that were struggling to pay tuition fees and things of that nature. Now, there was also something it was rumored to, and I'm still trying to do my research on it or about it. Supposedly, he's going to do about a 4 to 6 week lockdown from the time that he takes presidency to control the COVID-19 virus. Because according to everything, Texas and a couple of other states are getting a very high spike. So he wants to shut the United States down for 46 weeks. So if you have a job that is out and about, he does plan on giving some type of stimulus to compensate the 4 to 6 week trial period of every state shutting down everything. You go nowhere. You do nothing. You don't go outside for 4 to 6 weeks. Now, that is to be rumored. I mean, I feel like personally that would be a good idea to kind of control it and we can get some type of normalcy back. But I mean, who's to say that that may happen or that will happen? Because it's everything is still in effect with whatever it is that's going on with the presidency and who decides to take office and what's going to happen with this chain of command that's supposed to be coming to. And of course, on this beautiful, beautiful Monday, we want to leave you with something to think about. Let's see. I think I want to do 2 quotes today. So I'm going to do 2 motivational quotes today. One that I can definitely relate to. Number 1 is great things never come from comfort zone. Everything that you do, if you decide to get comfortable with it, you stay stagnant. You must be uncomfortable making more decisions in your life because that's what makes you a successful person. It makes you a better person at the end of the day. And also, another one is push yourself because no one else is going to do it for you. I recently had to push myself to put myself in a different predicament, and it's making me uncomfortable, but it's going to push me to do better and, have a little more greatness in my life and things of that nature. Um, I also want to go ahead and leave y'all with one of my affirmations that I've been saying to try to keep me going. It goes like this, and if you want to say it or if you want to know what it is, you definitely can do that as well. And it goes like this: ching, ching, ching goes the money. And every time it ching, money comes to me. It all flows in so abundantly from the top, left, right, and up under me. Wave, wave, wave on my money wave. Money flow, money made. Flowing in and out plus money saved. Debt, 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 all debt is paid. And if you say that about 3 or 4 times, it'll make you feel better. It'll put you in a different spirit. It'll put your mindset in a different light. And of course, it is Money Motivation Monday. So I can definitely appreciate it today. And as always, it's going to be a beautiful day on the south side of GA. I hope you guys come back for another episode. I love you. I got to go pay bills. Bye.